Welcoming yourself in, grounding down, and we'll begin. Taking in your surroundings. Textures, sounds, without necessarily feeling there's disturbances, issues, challenges to our meditation. Often it's just ourselves, our own minds that get in the way. Just a few more moments where full invitation to be here, where you are. Start to relax the body down. You feel the weight in the feet, both soles of the feet relaxing. And softening around the knees, up to the thighs, into the hips. Your attention is awareness. What you love, you pay attention to. We are here to pay attention to the self, to worship the self. This is not a selfish or egotistical endeavor. It's positive and noble. You allow space for your body, your heart, your mind. Tune into these higher frequencies, powerful vibration of peace, love, and freedom. We let the pelvis relax, the tailbone to lengthen down to the earth. The sitting bones grounding. pubic bone lifting. You can continue to check back into this way to form to hold the lower body, to help the posture. Allow space and freedom. For these areas of the body that need to align, feel open. As we watch the breath, seeing as we settle down, the natural lower, longer qualities, longer, slower qualities that may take on with your breath. And we encourage a lift up through the neck and head without lifting the shoulders. We feel the ribs and the shoulders align over the hips. We try to encourage the breath side, out to the sides. The breath doesn't need to be forced in any way. It can be very soft and gentle. The mind is wandering. Bring it back to the all-pervading awareness. The awareness that's watching the body relax, as well as expand and contract with your breath. The awareness that knows whether you're happy or sad. If there is a knower of something, it means we cannot be that something. You can't be two things. And this grants you great freedom, the space to reflect. As we come toward the end of the meditation, give yourself that acknowledgement. It's true to say there's only a rare few in life who choose to know, to seek, to understand. Worldly life is set up to frustrate you. If we can accept that it does, know that the ultimate peace and fulfillment is already in me. You can accept yourself just as you are, the world just as it is. And choosing something for your hands, a gesture, a seal. Every day, Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. I am infinite love, satisfaction, always free. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's see how we'll encourage some mobility, strength, and new pathways into the body. You might want to stretch out your legs for a moment. Oh, giving the toes some flexion, some points. And circle out your ankles. And come back to this almost double pigeon-like style of crossing your legs, activating toes back to the knees, feeling the outward reach of the femur bone, sitting bones down, tailbone reaching down. Grow up tall through the crown of the head. And same theme of this week is trying to get the breath into the armpits, out to the sides. Sometimes even bringing your hands there. And you might even feel as you try and get this index finger right under the ribs, maybe the tension that you can feel the chest lift or the shoulders lift. And it's subtle when we don't even realize, even when we're deep breathing, especially in yoga, if we're concentrating on a lot of other things, that there is this lifting of the chest and shoulders. So allow your eyes to close for a moment, legs to relax. And naturally, shoulders, chest will lift, but just this little touch in. I know it's even some bit of a challenge for me to get the arms out. Is that we can feel the breath into these fingers here. And what we feel in down dog as well is it's actually quite hard to get these arms to wrap around, to feel the shoulders and the armpits really stretch out. Because this is where we naturally protect the lungs, the heart, the throat, even the face. Sometimes we want to hang the head down. So all the fascia's folding in. Just feeling that there. Now try to get the front ribs, back ribs more stacked over your hips. Sometimes we're leaning far forward. And just feel these lower vertebrae get a little bit stronger. Let's bring the hands out and relax the fingers down. And try to keep that outward motion with your breath as you lower the head forwards. And rolling one ear to one shoulder, inhale. And any differences there with the shoulders, arms, fingers, exhaling. Take your breath to the other side. What I love when I practice daily is that yoga's hard, even all these little movements we do of cat, cow, down dog every day. To really find the finesse in them can take years and years. Or every day they offer you something a little different. You every day offer yourself new neural pathways. And then come back up into center. Open up the arms, activate the fingertips, ground down through the legs. As you reach arms up and overhead, breathe into the sides of the ribs. And your arms are really hugging into the shoulders. And I know I get to a certain point where it's tough. We're really active here, kind of pressing those upper arms forward. Exhale as we lower down. Find the bandhas and chin in toward the throat. Lift up through the pubic bone, navel back and in towards spine. Inhale as you rise. Now we might even lift the gaze on this one, trying to breathe out through the sides. And tailbone down, navel to spine, chin toward the throat. Last one. You can interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll the shoulders up and in. And feel across the chest here. And maybe little sways side to side, turning. Again, how's the breath going out to the sides? Crown of the head reaching. Little tick-tocking action. And then maybe lean back as far. Maybe the knuckles come to the ground. Root the tailbone. Breathe down and out to the sides. And slowly, slowly, leave the chin and throat open. We want to keep this yogic body through the center. And slowly release. Let's change the legs. In fact, you can come to a half lotus if you feel like, left leg. Active in your right toes. Inhale to reach arms up and overhead, keeping that discipline. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you, either to the floor or you bind with the big toe. Now squeeze upper arm bones in, get tailbone down. Try to grow out of the sacrum. Squeeze in through the center. And feel that spiraling, snake-like action right from root chakra all the way to crown chakra. Remember where those fingers were in the beginning when we felt the ribs? Direct your breath into those areas again. And slowly release. Head comes first, followed by the body. You can lean back, release the legs. Might stretch them out in front for a moment. And changing sides. Either just right shin across or some variation or right up into the hip crease. Not everybody's knees allow this, so always be wise with your knees. Don't put unnecessary strain there. Ground down through tailbone, pubic bone lifting, arms lifting. Soften the jaw and the sides of the neck. Active fingers. Twisting to your right. Drawing the navel back, lovely. Fingertips behind, or you find around the big toe ball of the foot. Draw pubic bone towards sternum. Keep lifting ribs slightly off and come up out of your sacrum even more. Neck is long. And feeling sides of the neck, ears become longer, stronger. Now breathe into those spaces. Head comes forward, followed by the body. Oh, and we'll release the legs. Let's come into a tabletop. Maybe stretching bones of the fingers. You can even squeeze your upper arm bones in. And imagine again, you can feel where those fingers were on the sides of your ribs. It's like we allow the chest to lengthen. We're pulling the front ribs up and in. You can tuck toes if you feel so inclined. And we're just getting into the long line of the center. Tailbone away. Lifting up through the thighs, front of hip flexors. As you start to lift tailbone skyward. Pressing the hands down. And feeling your ribs, chest open. Moving through the arms. Opening the throat. And then slowly find the fingers, squeeze the inner elbows in. As you let the head go, curl tailbone in. And finding the big stretch through low back, mid back, upper back. Letting your scapula open. And a few more times. Following this rhythm or this little shape of spine. How all the different areas are subject to different tensions. Rolling underneath. tuning into the relationship of the femur bones, the upper arm bones, and how they're supporting the hip joint, the shoulder joint. And then let's bring the backs of the wrists to touch. They might not get all the way into center, fingers out to the side. We start to circle a little bit around. And at the same time, we get really long through sides of the neck and we pull the chest and ribs up and in. Give it a bit of a deeper opening here for the hands and the wrists. You might feel that into the outer arms as well. Go both ways. But we know every day, even if we're practicing every day, it still feels quite like a lot when you get onto the mat. And feel free to come to shoulder distance. Turn the wrists toward the knees. And we can even lean back here. Let the heels of the hands lift. And stay plugging into what you feel, chest, upper arms. And then let go of that. Extend the arms forward. Maybe open the knees a little wider. And find this big, big stretch. But maintaining the side length. So this side of your ribs, hug it in. I like to roll on the forehead or draw little circles with the tailbone. And then check out your hands. The thumbs are in the same line. We're wrapping the elbows, biceps forward. We hug the side ribs in. We feel that area breathing outwards. We're starting to roll up onto the knees, tailbone toward the navel. As you tuck the toes, think about getting the chest onto your thighs. So sometimes you can start with this low hover. Watch your arms. Sometimes they want to move or adjust. Get them wide if you need. And so these low hovers, you can even draw your knees towards your belly. Can we keep that as we get more active into the feet? That's it. And then lifting high up through the sitting bones. Feel free to lift the heels, adjust your feet. Maybe step them in slightly. And you feel the full length and strength of your arms. Getting strong through the elbow joints. Stronger through the wrists. And eventually then we're shifting more weight back into the heels. We can step the feet in slightly, lift up through the thighs. Feel the sitting bones spread a little, but still a little bit of Mula Bandha. Can we find all the bandhas in downward facing dog? Take a deep breath in. At the bottom of the exhale, soften the knees, feel the toes, feel the hands. Look slightly forward when you step into a Malasana squat. So one foot outside the hand, followed by the other. Hips low, shoulders away from the hips. Same thing, you can move a little here, strengthen the ankles, maybe release the hands, the wrists. Next move, fingertips come to the floor. You send the heels out, start to lift the sitting bones. Variation of wide-legged forward fold. And then toe heel the feet under your hips. Hip distance or together. Halfway lifts. As you lift and lengthen the spine, gazing to the point of the nose. Exhale, the knees can be soft. Soften the elbows as you relax the head. 2 more halfway lifts. Activating all the muscles of the legs. Folding in, letting it go. Jaw is relaxed. Inhale. As you rise, neck is soft. Exhale to lift up inner legs and fold. Now bend the knees, curl the tailbone in, shin in, sternum toward the spine as you roll up and really press into the legs. Lift the arms. As you lift the arms, maybe you lift the gaze, activate the glutes, tailbone down. This might be where you stay, or with active legs, maybe you lean back a little bit. Exhale, swan dive, arms out in T position. Maybe hold back of the knees. Finding the length, exhale, spreading across your upper back. Maybe straightening the legs a little bit more. And then releasing the hands. Fingertips to the floor, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, plank pose. Firming up in plank. Again, find those side ribs, lift them all up and in toward the midline. Everything hugging to center. Neck is long. Looking forward, heels pressing back. Little activating of the glutes. And then knees to the floor, shift shoulders over the wrists as we lower into prone. Either keep hands where they are or move them forward. See what you need to do. Press the feet down. Tailbone back. Pubic bone rooted. Inhale into the back bend. Keep the scapula drawing together. And try to feel as specifically as you can. A little bit of dragging action back with the hands. Try to get the triceps hugging in. And lower. 2 more cobras. Hands where you need them to be. Pressing into the toes. Stronging the legs. Try to get the back of the head to get in line with your sacrum. And lower down. With your breath, breathe into the side of the ribs. Lower. Preparing for downward facing dog. Frame ribs, tuck toes. And find your bounces as you press up. Chest back toward the thighs, hips high. Strong arms. Maybe stepping the feet in slightly, seeing your feet are hip distance. Spreading out through the toes. And feeling that little press on the inside portion of the big toe. Knees soft. We're stretching evenly through the feet. Evenly as possible through the hands. And we feel that armpit side body stretch. Letting go of any tension under the collarbones. Taking a deep breath in. At the bottom of the exhale, soften the knees, but step right foot to meet right thumb. Lowering back knee down, keeping your breath here. And what we want to find when the knee comes down is, can you let the tailbone root down and feel the pubic bone rise up? You might release the back toes here. Squeeze in through outer hips. And coming up, arms up overhead. And the same action, but much tighter through the side body. The shoulders relax. Keep those upper arm bones almost wanting to squeeze your ears. And then again, let the tailbone relax down. Feel the pubic bone rise up and work the feet, the legs to stabilize. Taking a revolving action, so left arm forward, right hand back as you let your ribs rotate. Now allow your right hand to come to the lower back and even around toward left hip. Maybe it just frames there. As you inhale, raise left arm. Exhale, left elbow outside the right thigh. And then you can bring right hand to come back, meet left. Use the press of your hands to squeeze the shoulders together and roll the ribs to the right. Option to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and strengthen, straighten back leg, pulling that thigh up and in. Outer hips to center, glutes are active, tailbone away from the crown of the head. Exhale to find the floor with the hands. Inhale into plank. Strong in plank, exhale to lower to the ground. Rising into cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. At the bottom of the next exhale, knees are soft, look forward. Left foot to meet left thumb. Back knee lowers. Tailbone back. Pubic bone lifting as you rise. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. Find your side ribs. Breathe out to the side. You try to frame your ears with your upper arms. Keep trying to lift the pubic bone up toward outer hips to center. Revolving to the left. Left hand back, right hand forward. Staying upright. Wrap your left hand behind your lower back. As you lift up a little further with your right arm. Exhale. Elbow outside knee. Take the hand back to meet the right. Now, again, draw the pubic bone up. Ground down through the left foot. Use your hands as you squeeze shoulders together and then turn the ribs. Stay here, tuck back toes under, lift up through the knee. And really hug the thigh to the bone. Get the adductors going. Stay low in the right sitting bone. And then look for the floor. Both hands frame foot. And this time step it back to a downward facing dog. Let's step the feet in slightly. Ground down through right hand and take left hand to the outside of the right foot. Right ankle or shin. Squeeze in a little through the upper arms. Lift the lower back a little higher. Let the navel draw in. As you relax the head and gaze under the right arm. And then left hand comes back to the floor. Elbow bicep forward as you find right hand to outside of left leg. And try to square off hips, square off shoulders. Feeling the hug to midline. Open up the low back a little more. Try to initiate Mula Bandha. Neck is long, looking under left arm. You breathe into the side ribs. Everything relaxing down. Knees to the floor. Child's pose, hands forward or back behind you. And give yourself a moment just to do nothing. Breathe. Roll up so you come to sit on the heels. That roll up the spine as you lengthen vertebra by vertebra. A few shoulder rolls. Climbing up onto the knees as you roll your inner thighs in towards center. Try to get right up onto that padding of the knee. Toes can be tucked or maybe untucked. You choose. Squeeze the glutes in and down, tailbone down. And again, find this core body, side ribs active, pubic bone lifting, crown of the head reaching. Hands come to the hips, working to press the hips forward, but really making space here in this front portion of the pelvis. As you want to draw that front ridge of the pelvis up toward the ribs. So we keep feeling this openness across the chest. We let the chin go parallel to the floor, and this might be where we stay. And if we go back for the feet, remember you can always tuck toes, keep rolling the inner thighs in. Or you come back, find the heels, and open the front body. Rolling up through the thighs. Maybe releasing the head. And try to come up evenly. Sit on the heels. You can always bring hands to the body. Feel your heartbeat. And back bends, especially camel, has that quality of, whoop, don't know where we're going. So we'll come and lay down onto the back. Probably some variation of a twist would be nice if you prefer to do happy baby, if you need something for your legs. Maybe the one knee kind of to the side twist. And both legs in together. Stay connected to that front rim of the pelvis, coming up toward the ribs and the chest open. We're getting that kind of rotation, even spiral in the center. And here, can you breathe into those side ribs? Once you've twisted one side, if that's where you are, make sure to come and do the other if you're not already there. Sometimes lose yourself in a moment. And really feel the basin of the pelvis in relationship to where the chest, the opposite arm is taking the top half of your body the other way. Maybe the head going the other way as well. Whether it's a more active twist or very yin motion. Feeling into what you feel. Of course, when you're ready, you come and find Shavasana. If you're heading into your day or you have more time on your mat, just take this brief pause. Often it's only when we're in the classes we take that we really give ourselves the time for Shavasana. I always encourage a little yoga nidra, something you can give yourself Conscious rest in the day, it's so important. It's not lazy. Let the body go, the breath go, the thoughts go. Everything is fine just as it is. Trust yourself. Trust life. And absolutely trust knowledge. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dearest Indra, dearest Hannah, dearest Jill, anyone who watches the recording. Until we meet again, all the love, blessings, huge thanks, gratitude. Have a beautiful day.